Aloha siblings. This is going to be a gameplay video of me playing the Codebreaker game. And continuing with my new idea about doing these, I'm just going to do nothing but Codebreaker for a little while and then I'll stop. And I'll make a different video of a different game, and yeah, anyway, we'll see how it goes. So I'm going to start off with the basic one color at a time thing. Not that that's the best way to do this, but it's kind of the easiest for me to just get started and show people what in the world I'm doing here. The idea is to, just solve a code, that the computer has generated that has 5 colors, out of these 8 scrambled up here. And the idea is that you're supposed to guess what the code is up here. So you could just do it one color at a time, but you're going to run out of guesses pretty quick, you see? Anyway, but it's a good way for me to just to show what the most basics of the kind of the logical strategy I use for, well, just solving the puzzle. So let's just see what happens. Okay, so we know that red's in the puzzle, so it's kind of useless other than the fact that it just tells us that red is in the puzzle. So, but we know that at least. So let's bring in the next color. So now what we're hoping for is multiple pegs or marbles or whatever it is you want to call them over here. Okay, well we know that, well we already know that red is in it, but that tells us that red is not in the right place. But since we only have one of these scoring ones over here, that's telling us that, well, since red we already know is in it, that orange is not. It didn't get a peg or a marble, so no, it's not there. So let's move the red to a new spot and introduce yellow. And see how that goes. So, okay. Now we know that the red can't be the correct one. And the reason we know that is because if it was right, yellow has nowhere to go, If the black peg or marble refers to this red one here, then that means the white marble here refers to these yellows, or one of the yellows, But it means that whichever one of the yellows it is in the wrong spot, and it has to go to someplace where a yellow hasn't been yet. Oopsie daisy. Well, it's not there. So anyway, so we know that yellow is in one of those 4 spots, and red has to move again. So now let's introduce the green. Let's see if that gets us anywhere. And okay. Okay, now this is a bit of a dilemma, isn't it? The green's not in there. So did I guess luckily with the yellow right here, initially, and that the red needs to keep moving? Or did I finally stumble upon where the red is, and that the yellow is not this one, but in fact one of these other 2? Well, I don't know, I'm just going to pick one, So I'm going to say that the yellow was right and that the red is going to continue to wander. And now let's introduce, I guess, the light blue. And we'll see what that gets us. Okay. Well, now we have all whites, which is actually a pretty good thing for us in this particular instance. What that tells me is that that's not where yellow goes, which means that's not where yellow went back here, So that means that white goes to that yellow, which means this black goes to that red, which means put the red back. Okay, now the good news is that means that this yellow has to move, So it has to be in one of these 2 spots. The other thing we know is that the light blue is also in the puzzle, but it can't be in any of these 3 spots. So it has to be in one of these 2, So we're shrinking our possibilities here. So I'm going to say that the light blue goes here, and that the yellow goes there. And then now let's bring in the dark blue. Okay, so the dark blue is not in there. We know where the red is, though. We've already deduced that. And we know where, well, what do we know? It's either the blue or the yellow. Okay, well, if it is the blue, right, that means the yellow is not correct. The only place for the yellow to go is to go back where it was, which, yeah, that's not it. So that's telling me that the yellow is the one that is correct, and that it is, in fact, the blue that needs to go over here. Because remember, it has to go in one of the spots that it hasn't been in yet. All right, well, the good news is we only have two options left, so purple and magenta. And the good news is we will solve this puzzle because, well, there's only two possibilities left, right? The purple and the magenta go here, or they flip-flop. Okay, they're going to flip-flop. So it means the magenta is going to go in this slot. Red goes where it's been going for a little while now. The purple is going to slop down into where the magenta was, and now the yellow goes here. And there we go. Code cracked. Okay, so, you know, let's just do another one, shall we? This time I'll start, and I'll just do it with, starting with two colors. Just increasing the complexity and sophistication only a little bit at a time. All right, so let's see what that gets us. One black peg. I always find this a frustrating one to deal with, so I'm going to choose that it's one of the oranges and do this. And let's see what this gets us. Okay, man, that's frustrating. So here's the thing. Since I picked this orange one, did I pick luckily? Right? Or is it one of these yellows? I mean, the odds are, if you had to say which is more likely just on this line, right, it would be that the yellows are more likely, right? But over here, it would have been that the oranges are more likely. So which way do I want to go here with this? All right, so I'm going to say, you know, my intuition says go back to the red, pick one of these yellows, and now introduce the green. Now the good news is in the end, it's not really going to matter. I think, you know, I'm getting information quickly enough that I'll be able to solve it in the amount of guesses left. But we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, maybe I was lucky. And we'll see what we get now. Okay, well, I was in fact lucky. Oops. So now I just have to choose one of these three light blue ones to be, you know, one of the, whichever the third one of those black marbles refers to, right? So I'm just gonna follow along. I'm just gonna blink. Now let's just introduce the dark blue. Okay, well, I guessed wrong for the light blue. So let's move it to a different spot. Come on. Thank you. And the light blue goes there. Well, now we're only down to the last two colors. So it's not quite as basic as the last one where these might just have to flip or something because, you know, we have this one here. Well, let's just see what happens. It will reveal itself. Oh, what do you know? Got lucky. I got kind of lucky all the way around on that one, didn't I? Let's just bring in, do another one here. All right, this one, all right, this way I'm just going to do it the way I normally do it. I like to do it with three colors starting off with. Yikes, okay. I find that to be so little information as to be almost useless. So, I mean, not really, but I get impatient and I want to do a different thing, so we're going to do this. See if this gives us anything that's more useful. Okay, so we know all three of them in there. I'm going to to say that it's likely that it's the dark blue. Let's put both of these all the way over here. I mean, the good news is we know all three of those colors are in there. I'm going to say let's pick the yellow, and let's just pick one of these two. Well, that's all we have left to do, right? Okay, so let's see how well we did here. Okay, we know that both the yellow and the purple are wrong. We know that, well, let's see, maybe I guessed lucky with this dark blue again, right? Let's move the light blue and the green still. Just putting them there. Let's put in the magenta, and we'll put in the red. Okay. Well, we know the magenta's in there, right? Because, well, these three colors being in it means that, you know, the purple and the yellow got eliminated, right? So we know that only one of these is in there. So by elimination, you have to end up with the magenta being in it. So we know it's these three and the magenta. So 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Okay. So we know that the dark blue doesn't go there. Boink. So assuming that this black marble here refers to one of these three dark blues, which that's not 100% certain, right? That's just, there's three of them there, so there's kind of an odds thing going on, right? Anyway, so let's just move that there. We're going to just keep going on that assumption, and maybe something will either confirm or refute it fairly quickly here. Okay, and that means that, okay, let's move green. And light blue only really has one place left to go here, while the green's there anyway. Magenta can go here. And then I'm going to say that it's got to be orange. Okay, so now, well, now it's just a matter of trying to figure out the position of everybody, right? So assuming, again, that these three, one of those three was the original black down there. Let's do that. Okay, so green only really has one place left to go. Light blue only has one place left to go. Magenta is going to have to go over here. So that means orange has to go over here. Let's see how that gets it. Nope. Okay. What that means is that the blue was never the one that was right. Okay. So it means it's one of these two. So which one? Okay, I'm going to guess that it's green. We'll see if that gets us anywhere. If the green is there, and we know that that's not it, and we know, you know, if the green doesn't go there because it's there, then we're going to say that this has to be there. Da, 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 da. And now the good news is we know dark blue has to be in one of the spots that wasn't one of those original three, right? So it's got to be, assuming I've made these guesses correctly, that's where the dark blue's got to go. And now orange doesn't go here. So orange will have to go here, which means magenta gets left with this spot here. And it's still off. Okay, well, all that means is that the green wasn't the right one. So we should be able to deduce everything out now, right? Okay, so if the light blue goes there, the only place left for the dark blue is here. Okay, so if it was this one, then it's not that one, then it's this one. Orange can't go here. And the magenta must go here. I'm pretty sure this is going to be code cracked. Yeah, what do you know? Yeah, you know, let's just do this one more time, shall we? Okay, yeah, let's do it the same way I just did. With three colors, let's see if we get a different sort of emerging strategy. Okay, so we got two white marbles, which means two of the colors are correct, but in the wrong spot. So I'm just going to arbitrarily choose yellow and orange, and then introduce the green. See what that gets me. Okay, that's again frustrating. Let's put in this here, and then we'll add this one. See, I don't know whether you will share in my frustration with this sort of thing. Because, see, this could be right? You know what I mean? But it could also be that just one of them is right, and that one of these is right, and one of those is right. You know what I mean? But until I get some kind of information, like some kind of contradiction, or like, so if I got a third black marble, right, then that would mean, oh, okay, I've got all three of those colors in there. But otherwise, I have to wait until I end up with a white, indicating that, you know, oh, one of those is not right. You know what I mean? Anyway, let's just go along. And the good news is I've only got 3 colors left, so we do this now. Just sort of throw them all in there and see, you know. If I don't get all 5 marbles, at least in some kind of combination, then I've goofed somewhere. We got to go back. So, see, I have. So, it wasn't these 2. So, red has to be one of them. So, I'll just put red over here, just kind of put it out of the way. So now I got to pick one. Is it the orange or is it the yellow? I'm going to try the yellow, put it there. Yeah, we'll just put it there and we'll see what goes on there. Okay, so then now let's just move all of these over. No, let's not do that. What are you doing, Bill? You're losing your mind, man. Pay attention to what you're doing. Okay, so I need to have a green one, and I need to have a light blue one. And yeah, the dark blue can stay there. That's fine. He's, you know, an acceptable choice out of those. Except for no, he's not. What did I just do, you idiot? Let's flip these around. Right, okay, let me make sure that I think I'm losing my mind, man. Okay, so, so there's the 2 black scoring marbles there, the yellow and the green, and in this one it would be the yellow and the light blue. This one would be the yellow and I guess the dark blue. But so now we're going back to here and saying that white, and then so the red goes over there. Okay, let's just see what that gets us. Okay, so something isn't quite kosher, so it's probably the fact that one of these is out. I'm gonna go twink to twink. I'm gonna go with the yellow. You know, I'm gonna go with the green. I'm gonna switch out the red and the light blue, and then I'll pick one of these other colors. See what that gets us. Well, at least now we got all the colors. Okay, can it be that I was right in my guesses here? Kind of seems like I might be. But no, red has nowhere to go now, does it? Okay, so it's not the green. So could it have been the yellow and this green, right? So that's that. That means that light blue wasn't right. So maybe it's this light blue. And then the red. Now the red can't go here. Well, yes it can. Okay, the red can go here. The purple can't go here. I gotta flip the purple out with somebody. Who? You know, I'm thinking that, yeah, this is the way to do it, right? Okay, so let me just double check my thinking here. Because again, I think somehow I'm losing my brain today. Okay, so we know that these 5 colors are right, so we have them all in here. That's fine and dandy. Does this match? That's a black and a black. White, white, white. Okay. Now what about this one down here? The yellow gives us a black. I don't have another black here, though. Could it be like this? Okay, let me go back. Black marble, white marble, white marble, white marble. Okay. Nothing. Black marble, white marble, black marble, white marble. So that's 2 black marbles, 2 white marbles. Okay, that looks okay. Black marble there. And the purple gives us a white marble. And the rest of them don't score. Fair enough. Black marble, black marble, black marble. Okay, this at least it's consistent. Let's see if it actually solves it. No, it does not. Okay. Alright, I'm going to try this again. See what's... It seems like that's got to be what it was. But alright, so where's the black one here? If it wasn't this blue... Could it have been this red? Let's try that. So yellow and red goes there. Then the light blue goes there. Green goes there. Okay, let me double check this. That would give us a black. That would give us a black. That gives us a white, and a white. Okay. This gives us a black. That gives us a black. This gives us a white, and a white. Okay. This gives us a black. The red gives us a black. And the light blue and the green. Oops. Give us the whites. Black and the yellow. Or excuse me, the yellow is the black peg and the purple is the white peg. Ding, 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 ding. Okay, let's see if that does it. Yay, got it finally. Yikes. You know what, I'm going to call that done for Codebreaker. I think it's burning out my brain, man. I gotta do a different game. Okay. So we're gonna cut this one out, and I'm gonna call that done for today for Codebreaker. Aloha, siblings.